Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Lightroom quick tip. Today we're going to do another creative edit here. This time we're going to be doing it in Lightroom. And I know a lot of people, love Lightroom and their easy ability to edit photos. So we're going to see what we can do about this one here. This is what I would call a normal snapshot. The photographer here was trying to use the arches to frame the subject, and that looks nice and that. The problem is the lighting, okay? And this may have been just what the lighting was, and that. But I find that if we can shape the light, we can put more light and dark contours how we want. We can actually enhance the photo. So let's get started. So in the develop module, we have, I'll make sure it's all reset, and it is. We will go ahead and start. So the basic image itself looks pretty good. I'm going to analyze what I don't like and what I do like. And okay, the archway here is just, the bright is attracting my eye, and that's not where my eye is supposed to go. My eye is supposed to be on the subject. So first things first, I am going to take a new layer here and I'm going to make a select subject. Okay, and Lightroom did a pretty good job there. I'm going to click on these three dots here and I'm going to tell it to invert. Okay, so now that we have it inverted, you can see we have the background selected. And I just want to tweak that background down a little bit on exposure. So I'm going to come down and I'm just going to drop the exposure. Maybe a half a stop like that. So the before and the after. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to direct the eye to the subject and darken down some of the areas that are lighter, because that just draws your attention, and that's not where our eye needs to go. All right, so next one, we'll come in, we'll create a new mask. We'll do a linear gradient, and I'm going to come in from the top, and I'm just going to draw down, and I'm looking at specifically the archway. Okay, and that's about right there, and I'm going to take the exposure down again. On the archway. See, I'm taking the light down on the archway, and I'm thinking that looks pretty good. And so I'm going to now shape the light on the bottom. So another linear gradient, and come in and do that. And I don't want to go over to the shoes or the boots, so I'm going to make sure my gradient doesn't go over it, and I'm going to drop the exposure again. Notice how I'm shaping the light, okay? And that's what makes, in my opinion, the difference between a good photograph, a great photograph, an interesting photograph, or just a flat, boring photograph. Okay, another one. We're going to do a linear gradient, another one here, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to pull out. I'm going to shape the light on the left, and again, different degrees of light, how much I want to work with. I will try that 0.4. Going to create another linear gradient and shape it and drop it down, and I'm going to drop that down a little bit more. Okay, that's not bad. I need to come over here and equalize this. I need to do more on this side here so they're equal. So that looks pretty good there. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here is I'm actually custom shaping the lighting around my subject, turning it on and off. And you can see how much now the subject is now becoming more the center of attention, as it should be. All right, so let's see here. I need to create another mask. We're going to be mask number 6. And this time I'm going to ask Lightroom to select the subject again. And it does a great job. And I need to put the focus on, so I want to brighten up the subject a little bit. So I'm going to move the exposure up, make her stand out a little more, and a little bit more contrast. And let's see, highlights. I don't think I really need any, but we'll put a little highlight recovery. Shadows, I think we're fine. And whites. Let's see here. That looks pretty good. Blacks, we're already pretty darn good at blacks. So I'm going to leave those alone. Texture, clarity. I think we are already at pretty good. I'm specifically looking at her scarf for clarity. Okay, and that's looking pretty good there. Saturation, let's see what we do here. We could put a little more saturation in her. Not too much, we don't want any weird color casts. And that's not looking too bad, so let's fit this thing here. Alright, so that's looking more interesting in my opinion. So the before and the after. I think if you really look, you'll find that this is a more interesting photo because it directs your eye directly to the subject, yet the interesting archway still remains. So there's the original shot, and there's our in it. And again, the lovely thing about this is because we did all these on different masks, we can come in and adjust them if we find anything was a little too strong or a little too weak. So I'm going to call this one done. All right, so that's our edit for this week. And I will see you next Wednesday. All right, take care, guys.